Welcome to our second video this month around social wellness. In our first video, I talked about internal focus around social wellness. In other words, the mindset that we have as we approach socialization, social interactions, both personally and at work. But this video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to talk about externally focused mindset. And why are we going to do this? Well, because as human beings, we're pretty good at socialization in general, from going out with friends to spending time with supportive and hopefully positive family members, or interacting socially with others in just a day-to-day setting. This can all be very rewarding, and seemingly, we as human beings are fairly good at these activities. But work socialization has been largely discouraged during the pandemic, regardless of what your job function is. We kind of get in, get our job done, and move on with our day and get back home. If we worked from home, it was even more prevalent that we were socially isolated if you had to work from home. So work socialization was very difficult during the pandemic. So we're going to answer some questions today, like how do we reintegrate at work socially without draining our time or our energy? What if we're working at home still? How do we socialize at work? How do we get into meeting with people face to face? We're going to explore some best practices also for social engagement at both work and at home, so these activities feel natural rather than feeling forced. So like I said, today we are going to discuss the aspects of social wellness in the category of external focus. Let's get started. In the recent Framingham Heart study, a research team followed participants over the course of 20 years, and they found that a person's level of happiness was related to the happiness of their social networks. Now, I'm not just talking about their TikTok feed or their entertaining Instagram feed. No, I'm talking about their actual face-to-face human social networks. In fact, the study showed that if a person had a happy friend, someone that was positive and really engaging and really happy, who lived within a mile and interacted with this person themselves, they were 25% more likely to be happy as well as their friend. In addition, it found that a person's happiness can be related to the happiness of someone separated by up to 3 degrees. In other words, a friend of a friend of a friend, just by them sharing their happiness with each other and then sharing it inside of your social group or your social network. The study further revealed that low levels of social interaction, in other words, the complete opposite, was found to have an impact on lifespan equivalent to other dangerous behaviors such as daily smoking, poor diet, or stress. In fact, your body's chemicals play a huge role in social connections. The hormone oxytocin influences social behavior by increasing relationship bonds and trust. So the science is clear. To not have some form of externally focused social interactions like the one I'm about to discuss today can be terrible for your health. Not just bad, terrible. Terrible for your health, terrible for your wellness. So when we're thinking about social wellness and we're interacting with others, keep in mind we all have preferences and comfort zones of connection with other people. From those who become excited about the possibility of networking conversations or spending time with others in large groups, to those who prefer a more one-on-one connection or even virtual or gaming type interactions. In this video, I'm going to give you some quick ideas regardless of your preferences so we can all work together to bring social wellness to life. First, I want to point out something that I think is incredibly critical here. There are important parts of socialization, and one of them is that a diverse team brings a lot to the table. In fact, it takes all kinds of people, both at work and at home, to make up a community. It is in our diverse ways of thinking and our actions and our diverse ways of behaving that add to the positive impact of social wellness. That diversity of thought is incredibly important. Okay, so let's get to it. Here are ideas for socialization that can work for any kind of person, any kind of personality, preference, or type of people, just like you and just like me. These are great for both work colleagues as well as in personal life. Taking a walk with others for a break instead of sitting alone. Now, there's no doubt that taking a walk in general is incredibly healthy. In fact, we're going to talk about this later in our series when we talk about physical wellness. But taking a walk with others, even if it's just one person, and having a conversation or just being a good listener is an incredible way to build up our bonds with other people. It's also an incredible way to work out our own stress levels and our own communication with others. Now, I like to do this as a person who really prefers to meet new people all the time. I like to take walks or engage with people that maybe I've just met or people that I'm fairly new in getting to know, because that really kind of stimulates my ideas and gets me asking lots of questions and getting to know them. But there are other times I may want to take a walk with a group of people because I just want to have a different kind of conversation, or we're going to walk somewhere and get lunch or do something like that. So the point is that taking a walk, which is both physical wellness, again, like we're going to talk about later, but it's also a great way to take a break, get out and have a little bit of conversation, or if you prefer, just do some listening for the other person. Volunteering is another great way to engage social wellness, because when you volunteer for something, especially a cause that you really care about, you're really interacting with people that have like-mindedness, but are also perhaps people you've never met before. So you're meeting with a common interest or a common bond, which is doing good. So volunteer efforts are really an incredible way to engage social wellness. Another suggestion might be to sign up for a class. I know there are many different types of classes given your area that you are most interested in. Maybe being a part of that class, really stretching yourself. It pushes you out of your comfort zone slightly, but what it does is it also maybe teaches you a skill or has you interacting again with what kind of people? Like-minded. That's really one of the keys of social wellness as we reintegrate, is being around people that are similar so that you can share ideas in a similar fashion. Then when you become more comfortable, let's say in a class or volunteering, then you can get out and start to meet people maybe you don't interact with on a regular basis and even stretch yourself further. The point is that by signing up for a class, it gives us a chance to both learn something new and socialize in a new way. Also, your facility, if you work in a facility or if you work near a facility, that facility might be sponsoring community events. This is another great chance for you to meet all kinds of new people in your community while also being a representative of the organization, which can give you a lot of confidence. Oftentimes, I'll see people that are representing their organization in a sponsored community event, and they feel a sense of pride or excitement because they're representing their company, so it breaks through a lot of those barriers they might have to socialization in general. And another, which was one that got a lot of people through COVID, which was engaging in an online virtual game, an activity, or a class. I know for me during COVID, it was a great way for me to connect with my friends and connect with new people, was to engage in an online game. It was awesome. I got to really meet some new people. I got to strategize with some people, and I got to have conversations in between the different game activities. So gaming is great. Virtual reality is also another awesome way to meet new people, as is an activity or a class that can be done online or in a virtual reality environment. So the bottom line is there are no wrong answers there. And these are just some of the suggestions. I'm sure you could probably come up with a few on your own that, again, fit your needs. So what can you do if you work from home? Because there are still a large group of people that do work from home and may work from home for a very long time. This requires a little more scheduling, so you can schedule things with your coworkers, go out and have dinner, maybe have drinks, maybe go out and take a walk together, meet up at a park, go for a hike. That's what we do a lot here where I live in Colorado. There are lots of opportunities for work from home folks to still connect. However, I just want to throw this out there as a person who, let me just say it, I do love technology and I do like working from home and I do enjoy that. However, one of the things I like to do to break me out of my sort of everyday work is I like to turn my technology off now and then and get outside and meet people in person. Even if it's just to have coffee, even if it's just to go have lunch with someone, I like to get out away from my technology. Technology is great. It affords those people who work from home the opportunity to do so, but you don't want to live your life constantly on technology. So my big advice for work from home folks, make sure you get out away from the technology now and then. And also work from home when you can, when it is allowed and when it is comfortable. You can also maybe conduct some on-site visits, go out and actually meet some of the other team all around the organizations we represent. But the key is don't overthink it. Many times when I'm coaching individuals around personal fulfillment and wellness, I will see them try to overthink these ideas. Suddenly, instead of a natural effort where the task of social wellness is really engaging and fun and interesting, it becomes more of a burden. So don't do that. The goal of social wellness is to engage you with others, not waste your time or bog you down or add more to your already massive to-do list. As humans, we're designed to connect. It's really our natural state. And we're designed to have conversation. We're designed to interact. And that is the way humans have flourished over our entire existence. But the key is for us to do this organically in a way that integrates with our lives, not frustrates us. So I hope this short video helped you to understand first more about how important social wellness is to your well-being, but also about some actions you can take at work and at home to become a little more social as we all begin to re-energize and reintegrate ourselves back into a social environment. A simple walk, a conversation, or just a simple interaction online can make a huge difference in your social well-being. I also invite you to listen to this month's podcast where I interview one of our very own as they navigate social wellness in their own life. And what we'll learn next month is that environmental wellness is so much more than just where to recycle. So I'm Todd Mitchum. I'll see you next month. So just to review, there are many activities you can conduct when thinking about social wellness. Things like walking with others, volunteering, taking a class, participating at events, or many online activities.